We know that the prospect's not likely to call us back. I actually recommend that you do not ask the prospect to call you back, and I do this for a couple reasons. The first reason is because, as we've discussed, there's an extremely low probability that the prospect's going to call you back. So why ask them to call you back? Why ask them to do something that they're not likely to do? And then you're put in a situation where you need to pause. I want you to pause anyways, but there's a difference between pausing because you're waiting for your next callback versus pausing, waiting for them to call you back. Then they don't call you back, then you call them back after you ask them to call you back. So you're kind of displaying a level of weakness to the prospect. Most likely they won't remember it, but nonetheless, when you say call me back and then you're the one who's calling them back, it's a weaker position for you to be in. Either it's a weaker way for you to present yourself, or it's a weaker way that you're going to impact the way you mentally view yourself. But the other reason why I say don't ask the prospect to call you back is because you're giving the prospect a task to perform. And if you're doing cold prospecting, you've never spoken to them, you know who they are, they don't know who you are, and here you are. Wait, by the way, you're the one that wants to talk to them at this point. They don't necessarily want to talk to you at this point, and you're asking them to perform an activity or perform some sort of task to do. So I think that's actually not only, I think it's a little rude for a salesperson to do that to a prospect. You need to view yourself as the servant for the prospect. You work for the prospect. Now, sure, once you establish the relationship and you're in the sales process, you could ask the prospect to give you a call back. You have a rapport and a relationship there. Or when you're building out a partnership and you need the prospect to invest in the sales process, no problem at all asking the prospect to call you back. But at the very beginning, you're the one that's trying to get things started.